Leaving the motel is a whole different kind of quote unquote love. This is deceptive love. What we have here are two people participating in an extramarital affair. They're meeting up at this motel. Now, the thing to notice about it is you don't really get any details of the affair at all. Rather, it is just filled with paranoia. Let's make sure everything is picked up and folded, out of sight. Make sure the beds are unrumpled. Make sure everything is straight. Don't take anything. What they're going to do is they're going to go back home then and just pretend. We must leave to serve a few more hours. One big symbol to think about here would be the aspirin. The aspirin preserves the lilac. Supposedly, if you pick flowers and put an aspirin in the water, the flowers will stay alive longer. Now, what's ironic here is that this affair is completely stressful. There's nothing fun happening in this poem. Is all this stress and paranoia really worth the cheating? Okay, The Ruin Maid by Thomas Hardy is a little bit ambiguous because we're not sure exactly what she's doing for a living. It has been suggested that she became a prostitute. In 1866, women did not have a lot of choices as far as a professional career went. So what happens here is we have Amelia, who is now in town and she's living in prosperity, and she runs into her old friend from the farm. And her old friend kind of goes through how you left us, we were digging up potatoes, you were talking a certain way in the country, and now your cheek is all delicate, you're wearing these fine feathered furs. So what Amelia's doing at the last line here is answering all of the concerns from her friend, said she. And he ends everyone with said she, said she, said she. But she says she's ruined. There's the irony. How do you become ruined when you got off the farm and now you're in a higher society? Well, this is where the prostitution kind of comes in. Who's going to want to marry her? Who's going to want to take her as a wife? What's interesting here at the end is she reverts back to the word you ain't. So it's a representative reminder of who she used to be. This is a pretty interesting poem in that it is a father sending a daughter off. We don't know where she's going, we just know she's going to go start a new life. This is the terminal, is what it opens with. That's a pun. A pun. A terminal is the place where the planes pick up the passengers, yes, but it has another meaning. It also means the end. So this poem should be a celebration, in a way, of a father saying goodbye to a daughter because he raised her, he's done all he could, and it's time for her to get out there and start her life. But instead, it becomes a pity party for him. You are here beside me, small, contained, and fragile, and intent on things that I but half recall. So he still sees her as a really little helpless child. And she's intent on doing things, she wants to do things that he can't really remember. And then he gets to I am the past and that is all, which here's the pity party starts. He's got this frightened brain, nervous will. He does say that the expense is what he thought, but something more. It's everything. So he couldn't fathom actually what it would cost him emotionally to say goodbye to his daughter. And then at the end he says, I remain in light and stare, and light and nothing else awake. Now he's awake? Well, what was he doing the whole time she was growing up then? So it's kind of ironic, in a sense.